I am very upset because there was a lot of cars last night. But I watched, out of 20 cars, 3 pull in. I emailed the lady who I booked through 2 weeks ago. And she said it was mandatory that they made everybody stop. It's a must. So the Speedway is not doing their job and upholding the contract with the magic of lights. And us vendors are losing money because people are not pulling in. I painted 2 kids last night. I emailed her, I took pictures, I emailed her, and I took video, sent it to her. This is bullshit. So, I have to wait for her to email me back and see what she says. So, yeah. Very upset about this. But today was the last day of school until January, so hopefully things will get better. I'm just very upset because they're not doing their jobs and we're losing money because the Speedway isn't doing their job. Because it's the people who are employed by the Speedway who are the ones that have to direct traffic. It's the security of the Speedway. Like, they have security guards and shit, but the security people are the ones who are supposed to be directing the traffic to have them pull in, and they're not doing it. This is week 3 of this. So yes, I'm very upset. Stay tuned, guys, because as soon as I hear something, I'll let you guys know. Here's to a good weekend, though. Hopefully, it'll be good, but not if they don't make them pull in. But I'm trying to remain positive here. It's very difficult. Very difficult. Oh, forgot to mention this. So I set up the bubble machine and it worked great. Okay? The only issue I had, and I'm a vendor, I'm not entertainment. There's a difference. When you are hired by the venue and you get paid X amount to be there, it's hard to say something to somebody, like with the balloons. But I am a vendor. I am paying to be there. It's my tent. It's my rules. Okay? So, I'm allowed to say something. I had a couple of kids who decided to stand in front of my bubble machine and pop the bubbles as they were coming out. So I said, I need you to move. You can't be doing that. Mind you, these were not customers. They didn't get their faces painted. They were just fucking with my shit. same kid and his sister kept running in and out of my tent because the bubbles were coming in. And I'm like, you guys can't keep running in and out of here like this. And then I had one kid who decided to stand right in front of and pop the bubbles before they even came out of the machine. And I'm like, you need to stop right now. I dare a parent to say something to me. Because I'll be like, well, that's fine. I tell you what, you can buy me a new one when they break it. Anyways, like I said, here's to a good weekend. I'm trying to stay positive, although it's very difficult. All right, stay tuned. As soon as I know something from the event coordinator, I will let you guys know. I forgot one more thing. So, because my friend Diana, the stilt walker lady that I'm friends with, that I mentioned previously in the Space Coast State Fair videos, she does bubbles. Like, she does large bubbles. And I realized from working with her at the last event that there's actually what's the word I'm looking for? Not a science, but a science to actually making bubble formula. So, damn. And so an 8-ounce jar of bubbles, a 6-pack of 8-ounce jars of bubbles is about $4. And that's at Party City. Okay, that's at Party City, but it's, yeah. So, I went up, I took one of my buckets that I have in the tent, and I brought it back to my sister's. I cleaned it out real good. I went to Walmart and I got stuff I needed to make bubbles with. And because bubbles are technically a seasonal item, they only have them in the summer, except itty bitty little jars of them, and I wasn't paying that price for bubbles. So I got dish soap and the rest of the stuff I needed. Got to her house and I made bubble juice. So I'll let you know how that works out. I think I have the consistency right. I can tell you that when I put my hand in it and I go like this, I'm getting bubbles forming. I have a wand up at the event, so I can test the consistency of the bubble juice, and not the consistency, maybe it is the consistency. What's the word I'm looking for? It's not even a texture. But anyways, you guys know what I'm talking about. And I'll test that. I left my sister's a little early, so this way I could get up there. And I'm going to mount the bubble machine up today onto the tent, because I'm not dealing with kids being in my bubble machine space, so to speak. I'm not gonna have it today. I might end up using more bubble juice than normal, but then it's just sitting on the table. But at least I won't have kids messing with the bubble machine. And plus the fact it'll throw the bubbles out further, and yeah, we'll see how it works. And yeah, that's where I'm at. Doing my best here, guys. It's just very tough right now. And I have some ideas also for sometimes you gotta think outside of the box. Because I grew up in New York, I know what they used to do when I was a kid. And when I say they, I mean the fire department. So my dad was a fireman. He belonged to Roslyn Rescue in Roslyn, New York. And he was a very long time member of the fire department and of an organization called FASNY, which is the Firemen's Association of the State of New York. Okay? And I believe I need to get a hold of a longtime friend of my dad's, who I want to say knew him from way back in the 60s. There was the three amigos, the three compadres. You had my dad, you had Big Steve, and you had Eddie. Well, Big Steve passed away, I don't know, he passed away before my father. And my dad passed away, but Eddie is still alive. And I was talking to my sister last night, and there was two things we always used to do in the summer. Because, I mean, we grew up in the firehouse. Because, see, my mom would work, my dad was retired, and my dad had things to do on the weekends. He had side jobs with stuff that he knew how to do because of his work experience. So he would do side jobs with private water companies. He would work with Millneck Estates. He worked in Center Island, which is on the north shore of Long Island, and it's over by Bayville and Oyster Bay and things like that. He also helped replace a bunch of fire hydrants, or he would fix fire hydrants that weren't working properly. He was a member of the fire department, and the fire department, when I was a kid, it was like every other weekend we were going to a parade, and every other weekend we were going to a picnic, like through some fire department. But because my dad was so involved in the fire department, he was invited, and because he was a member of FASNY, he was always invited to all of these picnics. And because of the way things are, with the way the fire departments kind of intertwine, I guess, his department would be in several parades throughout the summer. And there are two main parades that I would love to be a part of. That's the one that's in Port Washington, and the other one would be in Oyster Bay. Now, I know the one in Oyster Bay, they have like competitions, like it starts at like 9 a.m. People bring their kids, they got food trucks out the butt, they got an ice cream man that's there, they have bounce houses, they have all this stuff, okay? It starts at like 9 a.m. It's like a picnic and a parade all intertwined. And I know that they had vendors, because I remember them having vendors. It was a long time ago. But still, they had so much stuff. I remember there being carnivals and like just rides, and there was cotton candy and like all this stuff. And it was always in the summer, because I mean, let's face it, in the winter it's kind of hard. With snow and this, that, and the other. Who wants to march in a parade when it's snowing, right? So, I'm gonna try to get a hold of one of my dad's real good friends, tell him who I am, tell him what I'm trying to do, and see if he knows, and if he doesn't know, if he could point me in the right direction to get into these things. And I mean, this gentleman is like 86 years old now, so maybe. But when my dad passed away, he was right there. He took care of everything. He helped take care of everything with my dad. He took his ashes, got everything set up. We had it at the Roslyn Heights Fire Department. And it was just like he helped take care of everything. Eddie was wonderful. He's always been wonderful to my family. And hopefully, if he says, well, you haven't talked to us in 20 years, I'll be like, I know, but I don't like to bother people, because I really don't. I don't like bothering people. So, anyways, I'm going to try to get in with the fire department. Plus the fact, in the winter, they have Christmas parties. I remember going to, my dad wasn't a member of Hicksville Fire Department, but I remember going to Hicksville Fire Department, and we did this whole walkthrough thing, and it was like all lit up with Christmas decorations. It was through like the actual firehouse, and it was all lit up with with Christmas decorations. They had Santa there at the very end, and then they had kids or classmates of mine who were dressed up like elves because their parents were in the Hicksville Fire Department. And then at the end, they had like all this fire safety stuff, which is standard. It's what they do. But my dad, and I know it was Roslyn, I want to say it was Roslyn, Bayville, Oyster Bay, those fire departments, I want to say they were very close-knit because they were really intertwined with each other in a way. And because my cousins used to go to these Christmas parties that they had, and it was at a very high-end place. I remember there being a DJ there. I remember there being a clown there who did a magic show. He did balloon twisting, and they also had a face painter. So, and that was at the same place every year. I mean, it was just, they had Santa Claus come, like all this stuff. And they pay a lot of money for this stuff. And I'm going to see if I can work out a deal with the fire department to try to get in with them to do some events. And I don't know if I'll be able to, but I'm going to give it my best shot. And I will let you guys know what happens with that. But I'm not going to contact them until after the first of the year. I'm not going to get a hold of Eddie until after the first of the year. And today is December 20th. And so I'm not going to bother him until after the new year. And then I'll call him up and say, hey, I'm just hoping, if nothing else, he can point me in the right direction on who to speak to and how to get in on this, if nothing else. And then if I ask, I mean, the worst thing they can say is sorry, no. But, and I'm not even trying to ride my dad's coattails. I just know about these events because I grew up with it. And I mean, we'll see, I guess. We'll see. So, I guess that's it for now, guys. I'm almost at the Speedway, and I got a bubble test. So, Wish me luck this weekend. I'll see you guys soon. Hi, everyone. Well, here we are. We are heading back to Daytona Beach Speedway, and I'm actually only about 10 miles away. I went home last night. I got my camera set up so I can watch the dogs, and I'm sorry, my face itches. It's probably because my hair is down. Anyways, I am very upset because they said it is a must. It's a must, meaning the Speedway must flag people in to the vendor area. Last night, there was nobody flagging anybody into the vendor area. So, all right, so now as I was saying, they said it is a must that people at the Speedway direct traffic into the vendor area. Last night, there was nobody even directing traffic. I emailed the lady Thursday, and I emailed her last night. I have to check my emails, but it is weekend, so I'm pretty sure she hasn't emailed me back. Very upset about this. Because, see, the magic of the lights, the people who produce the magic of lights, they rent the Speedway for the event. Okay? And they put on this production. So they have to pay the Speedway, and they have a contract with the Speedway saying, you know, we're going to put on this production, we're going to sell tickets, and the Speedway goes, all right, it's going to be this much of either the ticket price or upfront, you know, and they charge vendors X amount to be there to help make their money back for putting on the production at the Speedway. Now, in that contract, it says that they have to bring the people to the vending area. Well, Daytona International Speedway is not bringing the people in there. Last night, there was nobody out there flagging anybody. And I have the video to prove it. I have video, I have pictures, I have it all. Now, today is Saturday. At events, Saturdays are typically the best night. And for looking at Christmas lights, typically, Christmas Eve is going to be the best night. Because that's when everybody goes out to look at lights. Now, if the Speedway will only do their job and bring people into the vending area, that would be great. Because that's really what I need right now. Last night I had to turn off my bubble machine because people were just playing with the bubbles and not even looking at what I had. Which kind of pissed me off, but it's okay. I'm just very disgruntled about this. Space Coast State Fair, I mean, okay, it was wet. It rained. I mean, it rained. And then my tent, and, you know, it was hot, then it was cold, then it was okay out. Now, the closer we got to the end of it, the better off I did. But still, on another note, did get the cameras. They're all set up. I can keep an eye on the dogs wherever they are in the house, because there's only 3 main rooms that they can go into. That's the living room, the lanai, and my bedroom. And for the most part, while I was gone Thursday and Friday, I was only gone one night, but while I was gone, typically all they did was lay on the couch and sleep. They have enough food, they have enough water, they have 2 big pots of water and 2 big pots of food. They are fine. I will have a disaster to clean up when I get home Christmas night, meaning dog pee, dog poop, all of that kind of stuff. I will have to clean all of that up, and I will. I just spoke with my daughter, and my son-in-law is coming over on the 10th of January to fix the bathroom wall from when my grandson pulled on the handle in the bathtub and caused the tiles to come down. So that will be on track for the 15th to put the house on the market. Other than that, I have to put together a yard sale, put stuff on Facebook Marketplace, and start selling shit. I do have my computer with me, so I can work on videos for this and my other channel, as well as put together a video, because the videos that I'm taking are too big to send via email to Heather. So I'm going to put together a video of what so she can see, because she's not here. She's in freaking Chicago. So she can't see what's going on. She's taking our word for it. And you know, I was told a long time ago, a picture's worth 1,000 words. Well, a video is worth 1,000,000. Because you can't deny it. When you can clearly see that what I'm saying is being done or not done, I'm just saying. It's very frustrating. So, anyhow, today is Saturday. Today is Saturday, December 21st. And I will be going back home Christmas night. So that's the 21st, 22nd, 23rd, 24th. I'll be gone 4 nights. Ooh, I'm scared what these dogs are going to do to my house. But this vehicle, it needs brakes. And I don't want to put the money into it. Why? I mean, why would I? It's going back as part of the bankruptcy. I don't want to fix the battery. That's $300. I don't want to fix the brakes. That's $600. Why am I going to put money into it when it's going back? And I mean, what would happen? I mean, how pissed would you be if you put $1,000 into your car and then it got repoed like the next week? You'd be like, what the fuck? So, But I mean, I don't know. It could be next week. It could be November before it gets, they come and get it. I don't know. I really don't. I have no clue at this point. All I know is that they will come and get it sooner or later. And I'm just going to drive it. Because I don't want to spend the money on it for it to be repoed. Because it's going to be. It's not going to be a repossession on my credit. Because it's part of the bankruptcy. So, yeah. There's that. Anyways. Alright, guys. I guess that's it for now. Stay tuned.